thanks a lot, and thanks for coming in. And tonight, a few words about anger, a couple of words about pride, and whatever else may come up. Now, it's not very difficult to piss somebody off. I've got a friend, his name's Kenny. Kenny's a completely insane practical joker, all right? One of Kenny's favourite tricks, Kenny likes to go into like a joke shop, a novelty shop, you know where you buy foaming sugar, plastic flies, all that? Kenny likes to walk in there carrying a real dog turd concealed. And then when nobody's looking, he just puts it on a counter. And then when the assistant comes over and says, can I help you, sir? Kenny says, oh yes, I was just wondering about this item here. And the assistant goes, oh, that's one of our ever popular range of dummy dog doo-doos, sir. Very nice, very popular. The idea with that is you pick that up, you take it along, oh, you dirty bastard! Kenny's only done a joke twice. Worked the first time, second time got his head kicked in. Which is a bit harsh, isn't it? There's some guy who works in a joke shop who doesn't have a sense of humour. Well... Tell you what gets to me is this. You know that we hear a lot about air pollution, a lot about sea pollution. We don't really hear too much about pollution of the ears. Noise pollution, all right? And I'm sure I'm not the only person that gets annoyed by noise. I'm sure there's millions of us out here, you know, the silent majority. All of us. You know, I mean, if there's a noisy party going on in my street and the police come to break it up, you know it's Morty that phoned them. I'll phone them every time, even if I'm at a party. I'd say, hiya, hello, officer, yes, I'm at a party here, I'm really not enjoying it yet. You say something along, thanks a lot. Boom. I'm in my flat one night, all right, and I hear some noise from the street. Now, this is a cosy night for me. I'm in a flat, I've got a glass of milk, I've got a box of Jaffa cakes, I'm watching Prisoner on Cell Block H. I'm a very happy boy, all right? And there's some noise from the street. Now, if there is noise from the street, I'm a window monitor, okay? I got to be there. All right, you know. Oh, there's a taxi pulling up, look at that, Oh, there are women smoking in the street, oh dearie me. Oh, all that, right? And on this occasion, what's causing the racket is round the corner of my block comes this young couple having a real big argument, okay? And they walk right round the front of the block like that, and I can't quite make out what they're saying, but the tone is definitely one of anger, and she's having a real nip at him, and he's having a growl back at her, and they come right down the street arguing like that, and they turn the corner and their voices gradually disappear. And about 5 minutes later, they come back around the corner again. And this time they're a bit more into it, this time it's a bit louder, this time I work out that her name is Margaret, and she's really pissed off at him because he's nothing but a mammy's boy, always listens to his mother hates Margaret, he doesn't see that his friends are always taking away to him, he's too stupid to get a hold, the worst day of her life when she ever involved with him, and they turn the corner and their voices gradually disappeared again. And 5 minutes later, they come round for a third lap. And by this time, Margaret is really pumped up. She's well into it. She seems to be enjoying it more than he is. She seems to be a much better arguer than he is. She's got her foot on her pedal in 5th gear, pumping gas. Yes! She's got enough material in her rucksack to cast stuff up for a year and a half. Wow! And this time she's down to the nitty, bitty, gritty. And what about that time at Tracy's 21st where you tried to get off with Linda? Made a complete fool of yourself and a complete fool of me, by the way. I hope you're bloody proud of yourself, $5 million, £5 million. And this young man, who by now is exasperated to the point of psychosis, held up a hand and delivered the finest piece of verbal abuse it's ever been my privilege to hear. He says, yo, I'll go and shag yourself, you daft cow. And Margaret spake nae more. He silenced her. I should think he could probably silence me. But you can understand that their anger, their spat is to do with, you know, their history, their circumstances, some physical stuff that's went on with them. Fair enough. But what about when you wake up in a morning in a bad mood and all you were doing was sleeping? I mean, what could have happened? Was it some strange thing in your dream, some surreal thing, some creatures from the id got right on your bra? and you dream it was a Sunday and you were waiting on a bus and you'd been waiting for a long time and the bus wasn't showing, and then you look round and oh, you see it coming there, and as it gets a bit closer you notice that the driver of the bus is a haddock. It's a haddock driving a bus, and he goes past you and you call after it, but he can't hear you because, well, he's a haddock, no ears. And it goes past and you try to run after it, but in your dream you can't run, and you try to call after it, come back, I have the exact fare. But it didn't stop, and in your dream you become agitated, pissed off, angry, because in your dream it's a Sunday and you know you're going to have to wait an hour for the next bloody haddock. And you'll wake up, pissed off, teetering on the edge of a real bad mood. Slightest thing to do, slightest thing maybe a bit of sarcasm, especially public sarcasm. You know the victim of that? Somebody says something catty to you in front of people, you got to walk away really humiliated, and then 10 minutes later, think of something you should have said back. And you spend days and weeks and months hoping that the same person will say the same thing to you in front of the same people, so you can use your witty response and sort the bastard out. But it never happens. And I know, because I've been carrying stuff around for years. Grudges don't talk to me. I love a good grudge. It's one of my big vices. I've been holding grudges against some people, I swear this is true, for so long that I can't remember what they did that pissed me off. But I must have been serious. Similarly, if you're in the huff, I say get right into your huff. Enjoy your huff. See your huff like a kind of a sleeping bag. Climb inside it, zip it up. Like a duvet, just wrap it around yourself, embrace your huff. Yeah. And if they try to cheer you up, you know your partner or whoever it is comes along and they start doing all that thing to you. You know that sort of, oh, for goodness sake, come on. Don't be childish now. Come on, snap out of it. Don't talk to them. Remember the rule one when you're dishing out the silent treatment? Be silent. I mean, you can still say things. You can speak through your nose. You can say things like, refuse everything, cups of tea, all that, refuse a whole lot. I mean, look at it this way. If you're in a good mood, you won't want someone coming along there and bringing you down. So similarly, if you're in a bad mood, enjoying a good huff, what right has any bastard got to come along and cheer you up? Nah! Go in a huff in the kitchen. All right, the kitchen is a marvellous place to be in a huff because there are drawers you can slam, and cupboards you can bang, and plates you can smash down, and bowls, and there are knives and forks and spoons. Yeah, I always find you can express a lot through cutlery. And while you're expressing yourself through your cutlery, you can be thinking of really sappy things to say to them when you're good and ready. If you're that kind of person. Me? Nah, I don't think so. Big grudges? Yeah. Small domestic huffs? No, don't think so. I mean, if I, for instance, wake up in the morning and I'm in a negative frame of mind, I try to sort it out, deal with it, you know. I say, okay, Morty, baby, whoa. In a negative frame of mind here, let's use the power of positive thought. Let's not let this spoil your day or anyone else's. Fine, okay. And I get up, and I get dressed, and I get washed, and I get through into the kitchen. And the very first thing my partner says to me as we're sitting down over a crunching up cornflakes is, what's the matter with your face? Nothing, I'm absolutely fine. You don't look fine, you're obviously grouched about something. I'm not grouched about anything, I must have, why would you say that? But I suppose I must be grouched about something? Well, listen, you're shouting a ball. I'm not shouting a ball at you. Suit yourself, I will suit myself, all right? Well, all right, okay, I'm sorry. Well, if you must know, I missed my haddock. Should point out, perhaps, that the woman I live with is English. And that means that when we have an argument, there's a whole other dimension to it. A kind of a historical dimension. I can't help it. I argue with her and suddenly I get consumed with this kind of a sublimate race memory, grudge psychology kind of thing. It becomes really important for me to get a better of her, not just for the sake of winning the argument, but for the sake of the boys who fell at Culloden. It's a matter of pride for me, okay? You know, another sin, I guess, but I can't help it. Because we are a proud people, us, the Scots. Aye. A people with a history. Aye. A people with a twitch. Aye. And why are we proud? It's because we have had hundreds of doings. But glorious doings they were. Why, there's not a Scot worth the salt in their porridge. Couldn't tell you at least one occasion we've had our national milk waded in. And you know when we got a big doing, a great big kicking at the time the clans were crushed, time of the Jacobites, all that, you know, he said, displaying remarkable grasp of history there. When we got a great big kicking, you know the invaders that came up here and waded our milk in, do you know they even banned tartan? Imposed their will on what you could wear. They banned tartan. And they banned bagpipes, classified bagpipes as a weapon. Oh well, fair enough. But, despite all this oppression, did we lay down and roll over? But not all of us, no. Because even back in them days, you know, there was still like mad renegade bands of warrior Scots. Black Donald, the MacDonald, you know, Red Angus, Turquoise Tam, the whole world. They was staging mad commando raids over a border. Grab some English soldier, take them back over the hills, chain them to a sheep and subject them to intensive bagpipe music. Come on, son, you'll enjoy this one. Give him a third degree, then give him an eight some real. This is, I don't make this up. You can read about this stuff. There's a heritage centre up in Oban, Fort William, somewhere like that. They have a transcript of a ransom note that was sent to Wade at the time. And it says, Dear General Wade, we have one of your men hostage, and as proof I have enclosed one of his ears. We've been playing a bagpipe song for a fortnight now, and he begged us to send the other ear as well. But we're no daft. Yours, Tom.